Hi there, Jeff here from the Wetsuit Centre, talking to you today about the Xcel Infiniti winter wetsuit for 2010-2011. Not to be mistaken for the Infiniti dry lock. There's a few fundamental differences between the two wetsuits, obviously the main one being the price. This suit is a 543 like the dry lock, and that just basically indicates the thickness of the wetsuit. 5mm of neoprene on the lower half of the body where you need most of the heat around your core area, and you can see with Xcel that is definitely a 5mm, if not a little bit more, very thick. And 4mm on certain panels further up the suit we need a little bit less warmth, a bit more flexibility, and 3mm where you need the most amount of flex, so that's up in the upper body and the arm. Okay, so loads of flex in this suit. One of the most popular wetsuits we have each year, Xcel have got a great reputation for making a very warm wetsuit, and the Infiniti is one of the flagship suits that they make. A lot of the questions we get is what are the fundamental differences between the dry lock and the Infiniti, because obviously there's quite a leap in price between the two. Really, to cover that first, with the dry lock this year you have the water repellent fibre, water repellent material on the wetsuit, which basically wicks water away off the wetsuit and repels water basically, so it won't soak up any water, which is a fundamental difference between the two. Obviously that will make the suit quite a lot lighter when you're wearing it, okay, so that's a definite key benefit with the dry lock. You don't get that on the Infiniti. With the dry lock you get air insulated neoprene. We won't go into too much detail about what that is, but you get that on the chest and on the back, which is basically another technical feature making the suit a little bit warmer. What you get with the dry lock as well, and you don't get on the Infiniti, is the turned-in cuffs. With the Xcel Infiniti, it's just a standard cuff. With the dry lock, you get a turned-in cuff. It's like a half moon, basically, which seals the suit a bit better. Those fundamentally are the key differences between the two. Having said that, for this amount of money that you spend on the Xcel Infiniti, you still get a huge amount of technology, and it is a very, very warm wetsuit. Perhaps not the most flexible wetsuit on the market. They are quite heavy, the Xcel suits, and they're very hard to get in and out of, notoriously. But the reason for that is obviously the harder it is to get in and out of the wetsuit, it's harder for the water to get into your wetsuit as well. It seals the wetsuit better and essentially keeps you warmer. Okay, but what it makes, basically what it loses in terms of flexibility, it definitely makes up for in warmth, which is why it's so popular for people who live in cold countries, the Xcels. Go through some of the features. It's 100% super stretch, ultra light neoprene, whatever you want to call it basically. Very, very flexible, runs through the whole suit. Minimal panelling as well, so there's not too many seams in the suit which will restrict the movement or potentially let in any water. The seams themselves on the suit are fusion welded, which is a technology Xcel use. Basically it's a high pressure bonding system which essentially welds the two pieces of neoprene together. Those pieces are then stitched on one side, not the whole way through, so there's no punch holes going through. And there's also tapes on the other side. That taping is quite exclusive to Xcel. It's a very lightweight tape which is very flexible, so it's not going to inhibit the movement of the suit at all. Okay, nice little feature. The inside of the neck you've got smooth skin to stop any rubbing and chafing on your neck. Okay, you also get smooth skin on the front and on the back. You get the standard chest zip system with the Xcel Infiniti. Really good chest zip system basically, which seals the suit completely. The only area where water could potentially actually get into the wetsuit is around the side here, which can be fastened with a toggle. Smooth skin on the inside just creates a seal against your shoulder, so no water's going to rush up and into your wetsuit. One other thing they do to stop the water getting in as well, I remove the little toggle which stops your zip moving. Basically pull the zip back. You can see the zip is covered quite well with the neoprene material, so they butt up together and stop any water coming through the zip that way. But even if any water does come in through like the side entry there or through the zip itself, the actual neck of the suit is brought up really, really high. Again, making it a bit more tricky to get into, you have to pull that apart. But it means that basically water is essentially, if it does get in through the zip, this sort of diagonal piece of material is going to carry the water out of the suit. Okay, so it's designed specifically to not let any water through. If you duck dive and you get water running down your neck, basically they've got these panels which should guide it away from the core of the wetsuit. If you fall off very fast, then there is an occasional chance that you get water into the suit. But essentially, these suits are so well sealed that when you take it off, you should be pretty much slightly damp but not wet. Okay, in some cases, if the suit fits very well, you'll actually be pretty much dry. So if we look inside the wetsuit itself, as you can see, you've got the inside of the wetsuit here, basically brought up right to the collar. To actually get into the wetsuit, it's best just sort of turn it inside out down to the knees, so you grab it by the hip and pull it inside out. I'll do that to demonstrate what's happening inside the suit as well for you. On the inside of the suit, Same as the dry lock, you do get the Xcel's patented bamboo thermal technology, which is ultralight thermal layering. Very, very flexible, more flexible than standard Polypro, and apparently more environmentally friendly than the standard Polypro as well. Okay, and apparently slightly warmer, better at retaining heat. So this green material runs right the way through to the knee on the front of the suit, front and the back of the suit actually, which basically keep your whole core area very warm. And so any heat that's escaping from your body, this material will help trap that heat within the suit and obviously keep you warmer for longer. Okay, the blue taping is evidenced right through the suit to really make the suit robust and make sure no water leaks through. We've got critical taping in certain areas as well, just to ensure that there's no ripping and tearing on the suit and that the stitching will last a long time. Okay, the grey material, as I say, is the 100% super stretch material that Xcel used to make the suit very, very flexible. So that's very similar to the dry lock, okay, in terms of the thermal layering. That amount of thermal layering does make the suit quite heavy, as I say, so it's not the lightest suit on the market, which makes it slightly less flexible, okay, and obviously wears you down a little bit more when you're in the water. But what it will do is make you much warmer. So if warmth is a priority, then the Xcel Infiniti is definitely a contender for one of the warmer suits on the market, and that's why Xcel won the Wetsuit of the Year award for 4 years in a row. They haven't really changed much about the Infiniti between this year and last year. It's very similar to last year. They're still going with the bamboo technology, so anyone that's had an Xcel suit before, then don't look for a huge amount of changes in between the suits for last year and this year. It's not broke, then don't fix it. If you're looking for something with all singing, all dancing, like air insulated neoprene and the water repellent technology, which is pretty much new to this year, then you might want to upgrade to the dry lock. But for $269, this is a fantastic wetsuit, and once again, one of the best value winter wetsuits on the market.